If you really want to make long-lasting changes in your life or are serious about starting a self-development journey, I think it's a good idea to take a look into how your self-image or perception of self plays a big part in how successful you can be in relationships, health, work, basically every area of your life. Self-image is a powerful concept to understand, so we're just going to focus on the concept to really understand it. As if this is just the surface, we'll get more in depth in the following episodes. At the beginning of the year, I made a commitment to read more books, and I came across Psycho-Cybernetics, which I have got to say, this is one of the most life-changing books that I think I've ever read. It was written by a surgeon, a plastic surgeon, and he fixed facial defects, nasal injuries, and disfigurements. And it was interesting to note that some of the clients were really, really happy, and some would swear that nothing had been done despite having a perfect surgery. It was made evident that it wasn't the surgery, it was the client's perception that that they were still ugly. And that's something that surgery, it won't fit, it can't fix. It puts you in the mind of the late Michael Jackson, or Lil' Kim, respectfully. The theory that the author comes up with is that how you perceive yourself is directly related to how you will behave in real life. So let's get into it. What is self-image? Self-image refers to how we see ourselves, internally and externally. The concept of self-image is closely related to how you perceive yourself, how you feel about yourself, and how you think others perceive you and feel about you. So you care what people think. Self-image is your avatar, or in some cases, it's the character that you play in real life or on social media. I'm sure you've heard someone say, the image you're trying to keep up with, or stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. It's the same thing. I love a quote that Jim Carrey has, and he says, I like being up at night when everybody is asleep. That way, I don't have to pretend to be anybody. The person you are when nobody is looking is your authentic self. And how you feel about that person and that version, that really matters. And ultimately, that determines how you think. That determines how you will behave. Thoughts turn into actions. Actions are habits that drive your goals. So, how is self-image formed? Well, it's a collection of all your experiences, lessons learned, all the memories that you have gained since you were a child, especially the 1 through 7 age, high school. Some things just stick with you. You've heard a lot of people say, well, my teacher, she said that I wouldn't be anything, or in this space you hear, this happened to me when I was in high school. I never was the one picked. So that has an outcome, and we see it play out of how certain people think, how certain people go through life and think that they can't obtain relationships or jobs, or I'm just stuck being incel. It's the religious beliefs, your education, lessons from bad relationships, traumas. Your brain keeps a record of all of that, and subconsciously, it makes it the blueprint for your life. It's a memory bank of information given and experienced. It's your file folder. It's your reminder not to touch a hot stove or jump in the deep end if you can't swim. It's your brain's way of protecting you in some instances. The whole flight or fight thing. It's your information that makes up your internal GPS. It's your specific internal programming. It's your software. The beliefs that you have been told, they don't have to be real. You just have to believe them. In fact, they could be real bullshit. But if you believe it, then so it is. It's the consistently hearing that you're no good. If you don't remove yourself and you keep to take on those thoughts and don't change them, you really will think you're no good. The way your brain keeps all this information is in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious, it never sleeps. It's always alert. It's always awake, paying close attention to detail. It works like a machine. On the flip side, your conscious mind, that's what you are aware of. Your conscious mind, you can attempt to make goals, you can read a book, have all the information, you are aware of that. Your subconscious mind is involuntary. You have no conscious control over it. You can't just put the information in. Your subconscious mind is like the gas in your car, so to speak. That's the best way I can describe it. A few fun facts about your subconscious mind. It can't distinguish from what's false and what's true. It's very interpersonal. It has no feelings. It's the software to your computer. It's like your brain's algorithm, just like on YouTube. Your conscious mind or your willpower can never beat your subconscious mind. Never. And again, it never sleeps, even when you are. It's wide awake, paying attention to detail. It's preparing and wiring your brain for the actions or the habits that you'll make the next day. You can't control it. Just to make this a little clear, let's go through some examples of if you had a negative self-image, how it plays out in action. Now, just imagine if you really believe these things. I'm ugly. If you think you're ugly, every relationship you get into will fall apart. You will require constant validation from your partner because you don't believe you're worthy. That has got to be exhausting. How about this one? I'm not married, so I'm useless. We hear this a lot in this space. So should you just stop being happy or trying to become your best version because you're useless? What if you really believe that? Here's the one that gets me. I'm a single mom. My life is over. if you took on that thought process, how would that benefit the kids? Would that not mean that your actions would be deadbeat mom actions, and because that's what you've been told, it's no reason? What about the kids' future? What about how they grow up? What about money? What if you believe that I'm not good with money? This one is huge. So you just go through life racking up all this debt. You don't save anything. You buy all kind of bullshit. You're just reckless. Some bills get paid, some don't. What if you went through life not caring about money because you think you're just not good at it? What if you believe that? Then you look for things to validate it. If your account is in a negative, well, I'm not good with money. Or you get married and you're in a relationship and you know something is overspent. Well, he or she knows I'm not good with money. They should have accounted for that. That makes no sense. What about this one? I'm over 40, so I've hit the wall. So what does that mean? Do you just die? I'm just a fuck up. I never do anything right. Everything I touch turns into shit. I can't complete anything. Nothing I do is right. This thought will cause you to miss all kind of opportunities. Stop you from applying to a job. Never take any risks. Never do anything. Never aim for your goals. You're not a fuck up. Your thinking is just fucked up. Now, in comparison to that, if you have a good self-image, it would be the complete opposite. You would be confident, you know, you would be a whole person, you would be a blessing to society, your family, yourself. These people take opportunities. These people, you see, are very successful in everything. The thoughts and opinions of others do not stop them. They just, you know, water off a duck's back, or however they say that. They have a strong sense of self. You don't internalize opinions, and you continue to work on being the best self, your best self, self-actualizing. It's a clear difference in between having a good self-image and a bad self-image. So if the subconscious mind is involuntary and it's nothing that we could do about it, how can these things be fixed? They can be. This video, I just really wanted you to understand what self-image is and how the thoughts that we tell ourselves, the lies that we tell ourselves, and the lies that we take on can really have a detrimental effect on our future and how we live our life. So that's all for this video. In the next video, we will continue on with exactly how we can improve these things and how we can outwork willpower and how we can make lasting change. Till next time.